Hi guys, today I'm just gonna do a quick vlog with the recipe kind of video. There have been some requests for my radish pickle recipe and I've been very busy, so I haven't been able to actually make those videos for you guys, so I do apologize. But today is just gonna be a regular video of what I do during the day, and I'm gonna do the recipe video within this video. So there's going to be two radish recipes in this particular video. I don't really do much during the day because today's Sunday and outside it's snowing a lot, so I've just been staying home, and also because of the COVID-19, I usually just stay home. I don't really go out much. I work from home, so that makes it easier for me. Having said that, I'm just gonna basically show you what I do during the day. It's kind of boring. There's not much going on. Lovely flowers. Oh, my husband bought these flowers for me and they look lovely. They smell really good. This is what you need when it's snowing outside. It's dull and gloomy, and this basically gives you life. Yeah. And over there, my white orchid. 출로로 관계되셔. 출로 관계 두고도 돼. 면도 딩이 husband 기키니 오래 항아이체도 니 면도 바까우디 orchid를 출로로 강신호 속에 드시다. 강한대로 오게 되다. 통을 말해 강해나. Alright guys, I'm gonna teach you guys how to make a radish pickle that I usually eat. These are daikon radish, right? Daikon radish. And I've already cleaned them and peeled them at some of the places where it's a little bit dirty. So this is just a fresh daikon radish. Alright, I'm gonna do two kinds of recipe today. I'm just gonna make it a very simple recipe. But first thing for the radish pickle is all you have to do is you have to cut them and you have to salt them. All right, so I'm gonna probably do like this size here. All right, this size, and so I'm gonna cut them. So this is the first. All right, so I just cut it like half and then sideways. All right, so sideways. Make it a little bit different one, so I am going to be cutting it into, so I cut it into kind of like 5 slices, and then I'm going to cut it into long slices. All right, so do you guys see here? So this is for the thick, this is for the other one, and this is the size here. All right. Salt. You just salt the radish and then you just mix it. All right, you salt the radish and you mix it. So once you mix it thoroughly, you just leave it like this and you leave it aside. And this one here is the smaller one here, the smaller radish, right? Right, again, same thing, salt them and then mix it here. Voila. All right, so you just leave it for at least an hour or more. I say that you need to make sure that you salt it is because when you have a fresh radish, it's very tough, right? It's very hard. But when you salt it, what happens is the radish becomes really soft. You see how it's soft like this? So initially when you put the salt, you can put like the salt and then you mix it well, and then you can leave it for at least 45 minutes or until the radish is kind of soft like this and can bend easily. All right, but if you don't have time, that's fine, okay, as well, and you can still do it. So as you can see, there's a lot of water here, and this is because when you put salt on the radish, what it does is it actually produces a lot of water. It actually produces a lot of liquid, right? So what you do is you don't want this extra water in your radish pickle. So in order to avoid that, what you need to do is you need to basically squeeze them out, right? So if you just take it towards the sink and then you just squeeze it, you see, you squeeze it like this, and then you put it in a. All right, guys, so once you squeeze the radishes, you don't have to wash them, all right? It's already washed, it's already pre-cut, everything's done. You don't have to wash it. The salt is completely okay because what that means is later on you don't have to put extra salt, all right? So we're just gonna do this radish, and then we have the other kind, right? This is the thicker one. It's not gonna bend as much as the skinnier one, but as you can see, it still bends, right? So that means this is good enough now, all right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make the wider ones first, all right? And I'm just gonna show you. So I already squeezed it, all right? I'm gonna put it in this bowl here so it's easier for me to marinate it because I do need to put hot oil on it. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this right here. So I'm gonna make this radish first. Actually requires pretty much the same ingredient, except that this one actually we're gonna put roasted sesame on it as well as some green chilies. All right, green chili is pretty much optional. If you want green chili in this one, you can do it, but because I'm making two kinds, I'm just gonna put green chili in this one, but I'm not gonna put green chili on this one. All right, so again, green chili is very optional, but sesame seed, if you have a brown sesame seed, that's good. If you do not have a brown sesame seed, you have white sesame seed or even a black sesame seed, that's fine. We would prefer the brown one. For this recipe here, what I'm gonna do is, all right, what you need is you need some chili flakes. All right, so this chili flakes here is a Korean brand chili flakes. However, this chili flakes is not as spicy for our liking. However, for most people, this chili flakes is absolutely good to go. All right, there's nothing wrong with this chili. It gives you really good color. So my main purpose for this chili is that it gives me a perfect color that I want. All right, having said that, it's a little bit spicy but not as much. So what I usually do at my household is I mix this chili and I mix the actual super spicy chili powder. And this is from No Frills, and this is from a Korean store. All right, and this is chili. All right, so I'm gonna put probably for two medium-sized daikon radish, I'm gonna put maybe, I don't know, because we like spicy, I'm gonna put maybe 3 big spoon, all right, of chili flakes. All right, this Korean brand chili paste you see here. So what you can also do is, you can put little by little and then taste it, and then if you feel like it's not as spicy, you can always add more, right? I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons. All right, again, we like it spicy, so I'm gonna make it extra spicy for us. All right, but if you guys cannot do hot sauce or you can't do spicy, you can just do the regular Korean chili paste is fine too. All right, sorry, chili, not the paste. All right, so the salt is optional. All right, if you do not eat too much salt, you don't have to put it because you already put in the salt in the beginning of the mixture, all right? So you don't have to put it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna skip this for now. I'm gonna marinate it and then I'm gonna taste it later to see if I actually need more salt. It is called methi in Hindi and Nepali, all right? What it is fenugreek seed, all right? For those who don't know what methi is, this is fenugreek seeds, all right? And this is a must for your radish pickle, all right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put this back in right now because I need to warm up my oil first, all right? So as my pan is heating up, I'm just gonna put my olive oil. You can use any kind of oil you want. You can use vegetable, you can use canola, whatever it is, you can use whatever you want. I'm just gonna put in my oil here. Just gonna place the, sorry guys for the, all right, so I think I have about 6 big spoons of oil, all right? I'm just gonna let it sit and then let it warm up. So while this is warming up, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take like maybe less than a half tablespoon of fenugreek seed, all right? This is what I'm gonna put in the oil. So as you can see, the oil is just sitting there. It's not warm yet. So once this is hot, your fenugreek seed is going to turn all black, all right? That's when you know that you're okay to use it, all right? And guys, if you haven't done this before, I suggest that you are very, very careful with your hands because it's a hot oil. It might burn you and it can burn you. So if you're not too comfortable, use your spoon first, and then once the oil is kind of like room temperature, you can always use your hands to marinate it better. The reason why I say this is because, you know, when you marinate any kind of pickle, it's best that you use your hands because the spoon and the spatulas are okay, but it doesn't really do the job properly, right? So in order to because you already put so much work into it, you want to make sure that, you know, your pickle actually tastes good. All right, I just want to let you guys know that once your fenugreek is kind of turning brown and black, you can smell the aroma. It's wonderful, right? But having said that, it is kind of strong. So if you're not too good with strong smells, probably best to just put in just a hot oil and not the fenugreek seed, all right? So once it turns black and brown, I'm just gonna turn off my heat. And you can just stir it a little bit here, right? So this is how it looks like, guys. Look, so the fenugreek seed is brown, all right? It's brown. And then when you put it into the hot oil, this is what it looks like. It's black now, all right? So oil is hot. What you need to do is you actually need to put a little bit of turmeric, all right? And you can actually put it on top of the mixture here, all right? Just the turmeric, so you don't burn the turmeric here. All right, so hot oil you put directly on top of the turmeric, all right? You see the sizzle here, all right here. Okay, now this is super hot, guys. Do not touch it if you're not too comfortable right now. This probably is not the time for you guys to touch it, all right? So just leave it for a second here, and then once it's done, you can just use it. As this one is cooling down because the oil is really, really hot, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna prepare for the next radish pickle, the second radish pickle recipe here. So what I need is I need a clean pan and I need to roast my sesame seed. And for this amount of radish, I'm gonna use about 4 tablespoons of sesame seed, all right? Once you have the sesame seed here, keep stirring it as you don't want to burn the sesame seed, all right? So this one, I'm gonna place it at the back here. So this one here. So I'm gonna turn off my heat. This is how it looks here, all right? And so you can use a magic bullet, or if you have a mortar and a pestle, you can use that one as well for your sesame, all right? So I'm gonna just take it off the heat so I don't burn the sesame seed. While my sesame seeds are toasting and it's kind of resting right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put again the Korean red pepper powder, all right? I'm not gonna put that much because I don't have that much of radish. So maybe like 2 tablespoons of the kuchukaru, which is the Korean pepper powder, and I'm gonna put the hot chili powder, maybe a tablespoon. All right, a tablespoon or a big spoon, depending. And for this recipe, because I'm gonna put the green chili, I didn't put that much of the hot chili powder. Roasted sesame, and I just put it in my magic bullet. It doesn't have to be too it doesn't really have to be too fine in terms of how well you blend it. It can be, a little bit coarse. That's okay. So what you do is, once you put the two kinds of the chili powder, you just put the sesame, toasted sesame, on top of it. All right, you're just gonna place it like this. You just put the whole thing, because the more sesame you have, the buttery it's gonna taste. All right, and the other thing is, sesame is full of protein, so you need all the proteins, right? So this is what we have till now. Now what you're gonna do is, you're gonna use the same pan that you used here, all right, to warm up some oil. All right, I'm gonna use some oil here. Not too much, as this I'm gonna eat it very fresh. I don't want to have too much oil. And again, I'm gonna skip the salt for now, because I'm gonna taste it after I marinate it to see if I actually need more salt or not. All right, so while this is actually heating up, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna put, I would say, maybe 20 pieces, like less than a tablespoon of fenugreek seed into this. I'm gonna wait till this becomes dark, all right, and black. All right, so this here. So while I'm waiting for this, what I'm gonna do is, I already have my 5 chilies, green chilies, and it's already been pre-cut. All right, I'm just gonna wait for the oil to be warm and then the fenugreek seed to be black. So while I'm doing that, what I'm gonna do is, again, the same method. I'm just gonna put my turmeric powder in here. I'm going to put in my green chilies. All right, there we go. My green chilies in. Turn off the heat. Don't worry about the stove, guys, because you will have to clean this stove anyways. All right, so once your green chili and your fenugreek seed is all sizzling up, all you do is, you just pour it on top. All right, again, just pour it on top. All right, so this one here, we're gonna leave it till it cools down. We're gonna move on to the recipe number 1. This is how it looks, right? It is not too hot now, so I can use my hands now. Lemon or lime juice. All right, this is a must. Okay, this is a must, and you need it. If you have fresh lime or lemon, you can use that. If you do not have that, you can use the juice as well. That's fine. All right, so what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna pour a little bit. So I would say around 3 tablespoons. All right, tablespoons or a full spoon. And then you just mix it. All right, you just mix it, use your hands, mix it well. If you're not too good with chilies, again, use a glove or a plastic bag over your hand. That way it doesn't burn later. All right, mix it very well. Massage it well. All right, massage it, massage it. Massage it well. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to taste it, alright, and see if it needs any more lemon or salt or anything like that. Alright, so mine's kind of okay. You don't necessarily need to put too much lemon, because when you leave it to marinate it, it does, the radish does soak up the lemon. It does become a little bit more tangy later, alright. But if you need more, you can still put more, right? So I'm going to put maybe 2 small tablespoons. All right. Right, so this is pretty much done. I'm not gonna put any extra salt, because I am planning to marinate this for at least 2 days in the fridge, so I don't need to put any more salt. But if you want it to eat it right away, you can, but I would suggest that you leave it for at least an hour or so, and then toss it around and then eat it. All right, you can still eat it, but it might not be full 100%. All right, So my first radish recipe is all done. Mula number atar number 1. All right. So this is the first one. All right. Now moving on to the next one here. This is the second one. This one has the sesame in it. All right. So I'm just gonna again do this here. I am going to put a little bit of lemon juice because I haven't used lemon juice in this one here. And lemon juice, and I'm gonna let it sit. Again, this one I probably will eat it tomorrow.